My Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me.
Yeah.
My Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go.
I really do this.
I'm a hybrid fan. I'm a stand-up man.
Yeah.
They be hating on the squads, but they really a fan. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go.
Well. I mean, what an amazing day. I want to say this first and foremost. Thank you for being tuned in for the draft. That was a long draft. You know, Crazy traded back. You know what I mean? And it was a little bit longer than expected, but I absolutely love spending time with each and every one of y'all. And thank y'all for just vibing with me, man. I truly appreciate all the support. Y'all really make this channel. You know what I mean? So shout out to y'all. I appreciate all y'all support. And yeah, I'm gonna keep on bringing you the content. I'm gonna keep on talking that talk, and we're gonna keep on rocking out, and we're gonna represent the purple and gold, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go to the bowl. Yo, I'm extra hyped. We're gonna talk about, it's a big news dump for this live stream, y'all. We're gonna talk about just in general what the Vikings have been doing this offseason. This offseason, by far, since I've been a Viking fan, I've been a Viking fan for like over 20 years, right? Got to drink my ginger ale. I've been a Viking fan for over like 20 years. And I want to say this right now. This has been the most interesting, coolest offseason I probably have ever experienced being a Viking fan. Before the draft even came about, this offseason for the Vikings been spectacular, amazing, terrific. What's another word, man? Underrated, fun to cover. Like the greatest offseason I have ever witnessed being a Viking fan. I'm going to put it up there because what Quasi and KOC have like pretty much accomplished is simply amazing. They did everything we wanted them to do and then some. They literally did everything. And shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure y'all hit that like button if you haven't already. Mary, good morning. Good morning, Queen Mary. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Let's get it. But this off season for me, I'm just going to start it off right here, man. Like, I have to say this. And I'm going to give credit to Quasi. I'm going to give credit to, of course, our head coach, KOC. I'm going to give credit to Brian Flores. I'm going to give credit to the ownership of the team. I'm going to give credit to the players. I'm going to give credit to everybody, right? But for them to address every need that had to be addressed is simply amazing. And let's start with the offseason when it comes to free agency, right? And I'm going to get to the draft, but I have to talk about this because this was simply amazing. When you talk about our offensive line, what was Vikings fan, what was our biggest concern this offseason? Was it the offensive line? Yes. Was it the defensive line? Yes. Was it the secondary? Yes, we addressed some of the things in the secondary. We kept players and we did get some other players. Maybe not the fan favorite when it comes to our corners and all that, but we did sign some players and we re-signed some players. Now, let's start off with this right now. Let's start off with this. When you talk about the free agency, right? Let's go to the offensive line. They signed the best offensive guard, Will Fries. Will Fries, by far, was the best offensive guard available, and he's a top offensive guard throughout the whole NFL. That was a straight-up dub. Let me hit the horn for that. You know what I mean? Straight up dub, right off the bat, right? But that wasn't the first signing on the offensive line. We didn't re-sign. We signed Ryan Kelly, center, Pro Bowler, and that right there was the start of, oh, snap. I think Quasi, he's really cooking right now. He signed Will Fries. But then that wasn't it. We did sign Jonathan Allen, defensive tackle. We signed Javon Hargrave, defensive tackle. We wanted us to address the trenches because when it comes to the trenches, you win and lose games in the trenches. The Super Bowl was the perfect example, and I'm going to keep on saying it, and I'm going to talk that talk about it.
Talk that talk.
No, I'm not an Eagles fan, but I respect what the Eagles have done. They have the blueprint, and we're copying that blueprint pretty much perfectly. So shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I cover the Minnesota Vikings on this channel, and we will be going live for absolutely every single Minnesota Viking game. So even if you're not a Viking fan, consider subscribing because I'm going to tell you right now, when we go against your team, you can talk trash to me, and I'm going to talk trash to you. We're going to have fun. And sports is designed to bring everybody together, not to split us apart. But we do keep it real. As long we do talk that trash, as long as we keep it respectfully, it is what it is. But getting back to what I was saying, then you got to talk about Rondale Moore. When you talk about who else? Rondale Moore is a wide receiver, quickster, slot wide receiver. Then you talk about cornerback Tim Jones. Don't know too much about him, but we re-signed Byron Murphy Jr., which was absolutely amazing. He's not like the best cornerback in the whole entire NFL, but he's a solid cornerback and he holds it down. He's an interception machine. He makes a lot of big plays. So re-signing Byron Murphy Jr. was a big step in the right direction. Hello, bro. What's going on? Shout out to everybody in the building. You know what I'm saying? And also, who else we did? We signed cornerback Isaiah Rodgers, which I think that's underrated, and a lot of Eagle fans are not liking that. A lot of Eagle fans wanted to keep, and shout out to I can't wait to the season. Great off season. Our O-line is going to be something special. Facts. Like when you talk about Isaiah Rodgers, they was kind of salty about it because Isaiah Rodgers is pretty darn good, and with more opportunity, he shines. So Isaiah Rodgers was a very good signing for us. We re-signed Theo Jackson. We signed, we brought back Eric Wilson, linebacker. We did a lot of good things, man. This offseason, and anything I missed, my bad. But I truly feel like the offseason for the Minnesota Vikings was simply amazing. Hands down, no debate, right? And even if you're not a Viking fan and you see what the Vikings did this offseason, you're probably like, wow, they really are not playing games. And that goes to show you when you have a quarterback on the rookie deal, that means you can sign multiple players that are very good and pay them because you're not paying a quarterback $30, $40, $50 million a year. So you have more money to spend. So shout out to Quasi, shout out to KOC, shout out to Brian Flores, but really just shout out to the ownership of the Minnesota Vikings. They did it. They believe in what we got going on, and we did what we had to do to get to where we're at right now. And we're in a very good space right now. We're in a very good space as Minnesota Viking fans, as a team. We're in a very good space to potentially win a Super Bowl this season. Super Bowl 60 is ours to take, and I feel like we have a good opportunity to do it. And we have on paper we look good, yes, but we have to prove it on that dang on football field. So now let's talk about the 2025, right? NFL draft. There's a lot of mixed feelings, right? And I'm going to give you my perspective. And just because I'm giving you my perspective doesn't mean that's your perspective. If you don't like the draft, that's your opinion. My opinion is I like the draft a lot. And I like what they did. So let's talk about it. I'm going to put it on the screen. And shout out to each and every one of y'all that's in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, if you're enjoying the vibes. But let's talk about what do we do in the 2025 NFL draft, right? And let's start with our first round pick, 24th overall, Donovan Jackson, offensive line. Before I read more information about this man, I'm going to just give you what I know off the top of my head. He is versatile, meaning he could do offensive tackle or guard, but he's better at being a guard. But the point of it is that he's versatile. And if Christian Darrisaw is not healthy, I'm not saying to put him there, but there's a possibility that you could put him there for a couple of games or two, right? I don't want him to be there. And I'm being optimistic because I think Christian Darrisaw will be healthy in time. That's just me being optimistic as a Viking fan. I believe that he's going to be healthy, and we're going to speak it into existence. But for us, right, to address the offensive line through free agency and in the draft tells you all you need to know about the mindset of KOC, because he's the head coach. He's the one coaching the team. And what KOC communicated with our GM to make this call and draft a Donovan Jackson. You can never, in my opinion, have enough good offensive linemen that can block for your quarterback. The most important position is the quarterback. It don't matter how great your quarterback is. If you cannot block for your quarterback, you're not doing anything when it counts the most. Did you see what happened to Tom Brady against the Giants a few years ago in the Super Bowl? Did you see what happened recently in the Super Bowl? Eagles versus Chiefs versus the defensive line for the Eagles dominated Patrick Mahomes' offensive line, and Patrick Mahomes was scared of his own shadow. And I'm not trying to come at Patrick Mahomes. I'm not coming at Tom Brady because they're two of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. I'm just saying, if you have the offensive line, you have a chance. You have a chance. So Donovan, and the one thing I like about Donovan Jackson, and look, I did not draft him in my mock drafts. I did not even bring up Donovan Jackson in any mock drafts. Anytime I put out a video, I did not bring up, shout out to my guy, shout out to you, my guy. Salute to everybody in the building. I didn't bring up Donovan Jackson. And I understand the experts are going to probably say he could have been a second-round pick or a late first-round pick, which he was a late first-round pick. But just because the experts say something doesn't mean that they're 100% right. Just because I say something doesn't mean I'm 100% right. Just because everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and we're going to see what really happens. We're going to see how dominant this offensive line is. And if we are dominant like I think we are going to be, give credit when credit is due. Even if you don't like this pick, give credit when credit is due. Because we're trying to win a Super Bowl, and you win the Super Bowl in the trenches. Now, let's read up some more information. Oh, one more thing. I'm hearing that when he did become an offensive tackle, he went against Carter, the best defensive pass rusher, and that's when he gave up a couple of sacks. And the reason why he did it is because he was asked by his coach, and he took, some time to think about, should I do this? This could mess up my draft capital, blah, 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 blah. But he said to himself, forget all that. I want my team to win. And if my coach is coming to me and my team needs me to be an offensive tackle for this game, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for the betterment of my team. So he's a team player. He's not a selfish player. He's going to do he's going to do whatever he has to do to win. And that's the type of leadership we need on our team, on our offensive line. Shout out to everybody, but make sure y'all hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Show a brother some love, because if you hit the like button, it puts it out in the algorithm. If you don't hit the like button and you're just watching, that's cool too, but I really appreciate if you hit that like button. But let's read up on some more information, y'all, on Donovan Jackson, our first-round pick, the 24th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft by the Minnesota Vikings. Let's read up on more information, and I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, man. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you. I like this pick, and Viking fans should like this pick too. And if you don't, you're entitled to your opinion. But this is what they're saying. All right, so the Vikings in 2025 offensive line construction project continued Thursday Bridges' efforts in free agency with the first-round NFL draft. Minnesota selected former Ohio State offensive lineman Donovan Jackson with the 24th overall pick. Jackson started 40 of 55 games for the Buckeyes, making 31 starts at left guard before kicking out to left tackle. Can I talk that talk, y'all? Can I talk that talk? You should change your name to Mike Sports Vibes. MSV, I probably should for short. I really probably should for short. But thank you for your suggestion. All right, so making 31 starts at left guard before kicking out to tackle for 9 starts in 2024 after Josh Simmons' season-ending injury and helping Ohio State win the national title.
Talk that.
So he's a champion,
talk.
y'all. He's a champion. NFL media, Bucky Brooks rated Jackson as the number 2 interior offensive lineman, and ESPN's Mel Kiper Jr. ranked him as his number 2 guard in this year's draft. Can I talk that talk, ladies and gentlemen?
Talk that talk.
So, people, we got debatably the best interior offensive lineman at number 24 in the 2025 NFL draft. You can never have enough pass protection and run blocking when it comes to your offensive line. And then, like I said, the most important position is our quarterback. Protect that man at all costs. Now, what else did they say about this man? They said Brooks wrote Jackson molds defenders with a violent style that meshes with a power-based offensive attack. As a large blocker with nimble feet, the Ohio State product is a day one starter with Pro Bowl caliber tools, Brooks added. NFL media Daniel Jeremiah ranked Jackson as his number 41 overall prospect in this year's field. Jeremiah wrote Jackson has ideal size, strength, and bend as an interior offensive lineman and envisions him as a top-tier guard. I love the top-tier guard analysis, y'all. As a Viking fan, I'm trying to persuade every Viking fan that does not like this first-round pick. I'm trying to motivate y'all and be excited about this pick because I am hearing a lot of negativity, and it's all good. You can feel the way you feel, and it's all good. I'm not saying you can't feel the way you're feeling, but when you hear some of these guys, some of these professionals talk about the guy that we drafted at number 24, y'all should be really excited. When you hear top tier guard, when you hear Pro Bowl, when you hear strength, when you hear ideal size, when you hear what's some of the other words that they're describing this man? Just the style, the violent style that he meshes with power-based offense attack. So he's good when it comes to run blocking, pass blocking. Everything you need is right here. In the pass game, he sets with a firm anchor, excuse me, bends his knees and stays attached. He can slide and redirect smoothly, Jeremiah wrote. He is keenly aware on twists and stunts. So he knows what a defender is trying to do, all these little stunts and all these other little stuff that they trying to do. Guess what he's doing? He's like, man, I know. I've seen it all, and I'm going to make sure I counter what you're trying to do. I've seen it all, and I'm going to make sure I counter what you're trying to do. He creates movements on down blocks. He has the quickness, the athleticism to kick out defenders on outside pulls. He has enough foot speed to reach the seal on the backside. His overall hand placement is excellent in both the run and pass game. And that's coming from that guy, Jeremiah. You know what I mean? NFL media, Daniel Jeremiah is saying all this. So it's not just me saying it and just talking. I'm going by what some of these experts are saying. I'm going by some of these so-called big dogs that know football. But even some of these big dogs that know football be getting some things wrong too. But I'm going by what this man is saying, and I trust what this man is saying, and I trust what KOC and Quasi is talking about. This guy is the real deal, and let's be excited about Donovan Jackson putting on the purple and gold, and I'm excited. What a team player, just wants to win. Love the character. He will be, yes, Phil Yates said he was the best pick of the draft. Talk that
Talk that talk.
Make sure y'all hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button. Consider subscribing. I'm trying to get to my first 2,000 subscribers on this channel. I am about 502 subscribers away from getting to that mighty goal. And I want to say thank you to all the people that have been supporting me on this YouTube journey. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I really do. I'm not just talking. I'm not just being passionate about how I talk right now. I'm just a passionate person, and I care. And I really do care about all of y'all. Like, I care about y'all. I hope that you continue to supporting me on this channel, and I'm gonna keep on bringing you the content, and I'm gonna keep doing the best I can to bring you as much content and give you the passion that y'all like to see. Because I'm trying to tell you, this is how I really am. I'm passionate about the Minnesota Vikings. I want to see the Minnesota Vikings finally get their first Super Bowl. And I know each and every Minnesota Viking fan feels the same exact way I feel. We deserve a Super Bowl. What's the old saying? We want to see a Super Bowl before we die. Straight up. I'm just going to keep it real. I want to see a Super Bowl before we die. Real talk, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. And we deserve it. And I'm going to keep on bringing you that passion because y'all deserve it. Y'all deserve to have a Viking content creator give you the passion and spirit of belief and optimism. Yes, I'm going to talk my talk and keep it real if a player's not playing good, but I'm going to give you the optimism. I'm not going to tear down a player before he got to play one snap in the dang on NFL. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to say none of these players are like, of course, I would have liked to have Starks at the safety position there, but I am not mad about this pick. But let's get to the next pick, right? Let's get to the next pick. And I'm going to keep it all the way real with y'all. The next pick, the 102nd pick, third round pick, Ty Felton. Now, this pick is another underrated selection. Before I read about this man, I'm going to tell you what I know about him. Ty Felton is a deep threat. Ty Felton is a player that can destroy the secondary and burn the secondary for a deep touchdown. Ty Felton has hands for days. Ty Felton already in a Minnesota Viking uniform. This man right here could be our third wide receiver automatically. No disrespect to Speedy Naylor, but I think he's already better than Speedy Naylor. I'm just going to keep it real with you. And potentially, he could be our second best wide receiver on this team. Potentially, y'all. We know who number one is, and that's Justin Jefferson, the best wide receiver in the game. And I'm going to say this. When I say potentially, I really mean that because this man is really that gifted and that talented, right? But the thing about it is I like that they're being proactive because we know as Viking fans, Jordan Addison got into a little bit of trouble last offseason, and he potentially might get suspended. So if he's getting suspended, Ty Felton could literally be the second wide receiver, or the second string wide receiver right off the bat. And what if he shines? What if he does amazing? What if he does great? Right? With more opportunity, you can shine a lot more. So if Ty Felton shines and then it does enough to keep us afloat until Jordan Addison comes back, then what? Then you have Justin Jefferson, the best wide receiver in the game. You have Jordan Addison, a touchdown machine, the best route runner. I probably listen. He's all that in the bag of chips. I ain't gonna sit there and lie. Jordan Addison's that guy. 19 touchdowns in 2 seasons. That's a lot of production. And then you got Ty Felton, speedster. And then you got Speedy Naylor. And I didn't even get to the tight ends. I didn't even get to TJ Hockenson. But for right now, let's talk about this guy right here, wide receiver, Ty Felton. So Ty Felton, I actually love this pick, underrated out of Maryland. And this is what they said. Second pick in the 2025 NFL draft to add receiver to the roster. Selected Maryland's Ty Felton with the 102nd overall pick, trading down from 97 overall spot. Now, let me read the comments real quick if anybody said anything. Always give us knowledge, passion. Yes, let's go. Shout out to Mary. I'm trying to give y'all, I'm trying to give it to you because y'all deserve it, because we all deserve it, because we got to be passionate about this team and love what we got on this team. and give our players a chance before we just say, oh, this pick is just a terrible pick. Like, let's give the dudes a chance. You know what I mean? And I think this is a very underrated pick. Like I said, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but I'm just giving you my opinion as well. I think this is a solid pickup, right? A good pickup. I'm not going to say solid. So Felton started all 12 games. He played for, Terrapins last season and led the entire Big Ten in catches with 96 and receiving yards, 1,124 last season in 2024. Wow. His 9 receiving touchdowns finished 4th in the conference. Let's go. So he's a touchdown machine. He's a catching machine. Let's go, Vikings. He's 6'1", 183 pounds. I wanted him to get his weight up a little bit. Felton, he has the size. He has the height. Felton posted 5 100-yard games during the 2024 campaign, the most in Big Ten. He logged at least 5 catches in 11 of 12 games. Can I talk that talk, y'all?
Talk.
Are you serious?
Talk.
What's up, Ingram? What's up, bro? Are you serious? So this man really do got that type of game. Ty, he's special, so fast, going to be surprised. He's going to surprise a lot of people, Mary. And I'm trying to get people to understand we got something special in Minnesota. Listen, just because you might not think, you know what I mean, that we got something when it comes to this draft, I'm telling you right now. And we didn't even get to the undrafted free agents that we just signed. We signed 19 undrafted free agents literally right after the draft, bro. We got a lot of talent on this team. And I cannot wait until the 2025 NFL season starts. It's going to be a fun ride. And I will be going live for absolutely every game. So make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I have about 29 people watching. Can y'all please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And even if you're not a Viking fan, consider subscribing, because when we go against your team, we're going to beat the brakes off of your team. I'm letting y'all know this right now, and we're going to talk trash in the comments. But don't be mad at me, because I told you first. I don't care if it's the Eagles. I don't care if it's the Packers. I don't care if it's the Lions. I don't care what team you rocking with. The Commanders, the Chiefs, the Ravens, any team, the Browns, anybody. We beating the brakes off of y'all. That's how I'm coming right now. That's how I'm coming right now. And I'm going to talk that talk about it is what it is.
Talk that talk.
I'm going to give you my opinion. We're going to beat the brakes off of y'all. I'm letting y'all know that right now. Shout out to everybody. He said, I hear you always say best receiver, the best of that. You say all that. Jim be cooking only things, cooking his job in. We ain't not worried about that. That's the past. We worry about this 2025 NFL season. I understand what you're saying. But if you followed this team this offseason, you will understand where I'm coming from. If you don't know what the Minnesota Vikings did this offseason, you can go back earlier in this video and you can understand where I'm coming from. The blueprint is the Eagles, and we copied what they did. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to stop right there. Now, let me get back to this guy right here, our wide receiver Felton, right? So NFL analysis, Lance Zierlein noted that Felton took on a tremendous target load without flinching last season, and wrote that he can build speed inside with long strides and has proven he can make tacklers miss. So he can make tacklers miss after the catch, creating chunk plays on possession throws. I absolutely love it. Over 4 seasons, 46 games with Maryland, Felton total 172 catches for 2,200 yards and 17 touchdowns.
That talk.
His total receiving yards ranked 4th in school history behind Jermaine Lewis with 2,932 yards. Former Viking wide receiver Stephon Diggs, 2,227 yards. And Torrey Smith, 2,215 yards. So that's awesome. He had a Maryland, so Stephon Diggs, we know who Stephon Diggs is. If you don't know who Stephon Diggs is, wearing my JJ McCarthy jersey right now. Let's go. Let's go to the bone, baby.
Talk that talk.
Let's go. And then I hear people saying you don't have no proven quarterback. That is true. That is fact. But I'm going to tell you this right now. When you know, you know. When you know who has that it factor and who don't got that it factor. And I'm going to say this right now, and I'm going to talk that talk, and I'm rocking with my guy, J.J. McCarthy. He has that it factor. He has won in high school. He has won in college, and he is the real deal. And everybody that is doubting my guy, J.J. McCarthy, is going to regret it. And they're going to say, oh, that guy, J.J. McCarthy, is pretty darn good. And then we're going to be like, we told you so. We're going to say, we told you so. We already knew it. You know what I mean? But getting back to my guy Felton, I didn't know Stephon Diggs. I forgot Stephon Diggs went to Maryland. That is awesome. That is awesome. Awesome. So, yeah, this guy is the real deal, y'all. This guy is the real deal, and I am excited for Felton. I am excited for Felton, and I need everybody in the building. I'm going to keep saying this. Hit the like button, baby. Hit that subscribe button if you rocking with your boy. I love it. Yeah, man, I gotta be positive because there's a lot of people being a little bit crucial on these picks, and I'm gonna be the opposite. I go against the grain a lot of the time. When people say something, I do my own research. I don't just go by what people say. Oh, this player isn't that good. This player, nah, bro. I'm gonna look it up myself, and I'm gonna do my own research. And I'm going to come up with the conclusion in my head of what I think about a player. I'm not just going by what everybody else thinks. You know what I mean? He said, go, Pack, go. Shout out to you, Packers fan. Make sure you hit that like button. Don't be a hater. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And when we play against the Packers twice this season, I hope I see you in the chat. Because if I see you in the chat, we're going to talk trash. We're going to keep it respectfully, but we're going to talk trash. And I'm going to let you know right now, as a diehard Viking fan with a J.J. McCarthy, not J.J. McCarthy, Justin Jefferson jersey on, you're going to see J.J. to J.J. all day. Meaning J.J. McCarthy throwing passes to that guy, Justin Jefferson. Throwing passes in the end zone to that guy, Justin Jefferson. J.J. to J.J. for a touchdown. Let's go Vikings, baby. Get your popcorn ready and skull to the bowl. Now, let's get to another. Hey, listen, let's go. JJ to JJ, baby. Skull, skull, skull. Viking fans rule. Let's go. I'm getting more hype. As I see the people talking trash in the comments, I get more hype, y'all, because it motivates me, because I know that the Vikings got something special. Now, let's get to the next pick, y'all. Let's get to the next pick, y'all. I got to take my time with some of these picks, man. I had to take my time with Donovan Jackson and Ty Felton. Now, let's get to the other pick. The 5th round, 139th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. Tyrion Ingram Dawkins, Georgia. Now, let's talk about this man. This is potential. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know too much about the guy, but I know what I have been reading about him is he has the talent and the upside. And I feel like Brian Flores is going to unleash the beast in Tyrion Ingram Dawkins. And I'm hearing that this was a steal in the 5th round. That's what I'm hearing from people. But let's read more on our newest pass rusher. But I know one thing I do know is he can play defensive tackle in a 4-3 defense, and he can play an edge in a 3-4 defense. So he's a versatile defensive lineman, and we're going to see. Imagine losing to the Rams. Hey, listen, bro, that's the past. We're not worrying about losing to the Rams. That is in the past because now we have J.J. McCarthy, man. Now we have a better offensive line. Now we have a better defensive line. And we have, and I'm going to keep saying it, the it factor at quarterback. And I'm going to keep talking that talk about it. All y'all doubters are going to realize what it is. But let's get back to what I was saying, y'all. Tyrion Ingram Dawkins. Let's read up on him. The Vikings Saturday added a versatility to the defensive front by selecting former Georgia defensive lineman Tyrion. Pronounced Tyrion. Okay, so it's Tyrion Ingram Dawkins with the 139th overall pick. Ingram Dawkins joins Minnesota after appearing in 37 games. 10 starts for the Bulldogs from 2021 to 24. All right, he's totaled 37 tackles, 12.5 tackles for loss, and 4.0 in sacks. 3 pass breakups, 7 quarterback hits, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 fumble recovery. Can I talk that talk?
Talk that talk.
Now listen, last season, he recorded a career best of 17 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, and 3.0 sacks, and 2 pass breakups, garnering him invitations to the recent Senior Bowl in the NFL Scouting Combine. Versatility is something that we crave for our defense, Vikings general manager Crazy said to begin his comments on selection of Ingram Dawkins. And he stuck out as somebody who's able to do that label, to kind of set the edge working outside in, and then in the rush game, has some ability to win over the guard with unique skill set. Is not refined yet, but, and this is a big but, there's some stuff in there that's pretty unique. We need that. He's an incredibly intelligent player, and his best football is in front of him, and we think he's going to achieve the best football in this building. Can I talk that talk?
That talk.
Can I talk that talk? Because at the end of the day, we have the best defensive coordinator in all of football. That's just my opinion. You can say what you want to say. You can go and say, nah, y'all tripping. He ain't the best defensive coordinator. That's just my opinion. Let me just give you some stats real quick, right? All right. We was 14-3 last year. Yes, we did not win the Super Bowl. Yes, we lost in the first round. But let me just say this right now. Our defense, our secondary. I'm not going to get into details. We took some losses in our secondary. We had to kind of sign players that were kind of not in their prime. And I'm talking about Gilmore, no disrespect to him. I'm talking about other players. I'm not going to really name the line. I'm not going to name the secondary, right? We took some L's. Know what I mean? Let's keep it real. Mekhi Blackman tearing his ACL. We didn't get to see him, right? And I like Mekhi Blackman a lot. I think he's going to be amazing in 2025. But our defense, our total defense, right? If I'm not mistaken, is ranked number 10. And we had some weaknesses. And our defensive line isn't going to be, listen, it's night and day on what our defense looks now from last season. It's only going to get better, and I feel bad for absolutely every team that the Vikings are about to go against. Our defense is about to show up in ways that you would not think possible. I mean, I'm talking about a domination performance where these quarterbacks are looking like, dang, I don't want to go against the Vikings. Week to week, they're going to be a quarterback saying, yeah, I don't know where to start. Where do we start? The pass rush, the defense attack. We can't run the ball. We can't pass on them. We can't do nothing on this team. That's how good the Minnesota Vikings defense is going to be. He's saying cap. Oh, Vikings, hey, listen, it's cap to you, but it ain't cap to me. I'm entitled to my own opinion, my brother. Don't be a hater, hit that like button. Hey, listen, don't be a hater and hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. We're going live for absolutely every single Minnesota Viking game this season. So even if you're not a Minnesota Viking fan, consider subscribing because we're going to talk trash in the comments for every single game. As long as we keep it respectful, we're going to talk trash. But let's get back to some other picks, right? Oh, let's get to some other picks, right? But yes, I like this guy, man. Versatility that my guy Ingram Dawkins brings is simply amazing. It's simply amazing. And y'all can, I'll be there. Okay, be there. He said, oh, we got some Eagle fans. Vikings, a joke. Go Birds, Eagles. Hey, listen, bro. Make sure you in the comments because you talking all that stuff. If we play against the Eagles, we beating the brakes off of y'all. I'm letting you know that right now. And if we see you in the playoffs, we beating the brakes off of y'all, bro. I want revenge from 2017. When y'all beat us in the NFC Championship game. When we see you, we going to beat the brakes off of you. And that's how I feel. We want revenge on all you Eagle fans. We don't got no picks. See, now y'all got me on this rant because y'all talking too much trash in the comments. Listen, bro. We getting revenge on y'all. I'm letting y'all know right now. Let me focus, y'all. Y'all getting me out of, y'all getting me. Let's go to Kobe King. Let's go to Kobe King, y'all. Linebacker, Penn State, baby. You know, I'm Philly everything besides football. All the people that are rocking with me, man, if you are interested, I have another YouTube channel called Mike Sports Vibes Ballin'. I cover the Sixers and the Phillies, and I cover NBA playoffs on that channel. Consider subscribing to that channel. I possibly will be live on that channel today doing one of the playoff games. But yes, I cover the Phillies and the Sixers. So I'm Philly everything besides football. And if you're wondering why I am a Viking fan from Pennsylvania, it's because of the greatest wide receiver of all time. And if you don't know who that is, he wears number 84. And that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the channel is called Mike Sports Vibes Ballin'. I'm trying to get to my first 400 subscribers on that channel. So if you are, if you're interested, go subscribe to that channel. Go Packers, go brutal. He said bandwagon. No, I'm not a bandwagon. I've been a Viking fan for over 20 years. I've been a Viking fan for over 20 years. I've never been an Eagle fan my whole entire life. And I don't think, look, Jerry, I respect Jerry Rice, but listen, I'm a Culpepper guy. But Tom Brady is great. Culpepper is good. If Randy Moss was on the Patriots his whole career with Tom Brady, he would have obliterated every Jerry Rice record. That's just my opinion. But they see, and I'm letting y'all know, I've been a Viking fan for over 20 years, bro. I really have been. There are Eagle players that I like throughout the history, like Dawkins and Trotter. And I like Terry Owens when he was there in Westbrook. But other than that, bro, nah. But let's get to Kobe King. Shout out to Sarah in the building. Shout out to everybody that's in the building right now. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Skull, Vikings. Let's go. I say that draft is solid B. I think it's an A. I think it's a solid A. And the reason why I don't give it an A plus because I don't know what they're going to do in the field. I got to see what they do in the field. I give it an A plus. I mean, an A. What up, dude? What's going on, Lefty? What's up? Let's go.
Talk that
I'm talking that talk, y'all.
talk.
Let's get to Kobe King. Let's get to Kobe King, y'all. All right, so Kobe King. Let's talk about him. 201st pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, right? The Vikings added to their linebacker group Kobe King. King joins the Vikings after playing 46 games, 27 starts for the Lions, including all 16 of the 2024 season. He finished his college career with 200 tackles, 113 solo tackles, 18.5 tackles for loss, and 4.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and 4 pass breakups. He's a tackling machine. Really excited to add him. Vikings crazy said. A lot of times in football, we make it harder than it is. But it's a meat and potatoes game in some positions. And linebacker is one of them. You need somebody to tackle the person trying to advance the ball up the field against your team, whether that be special teams with the ball in his hands or, defending the pass. And he's somebody that plays with range. He's really physical, knock back, impact tackler, and we're excited to add him, not just to our 4th down units, but also potentially to be a starter one day in the league. Let's go crazy. He continued. Great communicator. Was able to move people around Penn State defense, a great defense in its own right. And then you talk about a great coacher, a group there that's been able to win and build something special there up in State College. So I love everything that Kwesi is saying, and I love the fact that he's putting it out there that this is not just, he's just a special teams. He could be special teams. He could cover a tiny bit. He's a tackling machine. Meat and potatoes. You don't make the game complicated. You know what I mean? But I like the way Quasi said he could potentially be a starter. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe not the first year, but I'm just saying, bro. I swear, I don't really try to draft him, but when it comes to he is something else. Yeah, and I'm gonna get to the undrafted free agents. I really don't know too much about the undrafted free agents, but I will get to it a little bit later in this live stream. But shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Consider subscribing. Shout out to each and every. I like Golden to the Packers. That was a good deal for y'all, but y'all still not gonna do nothing against the Vikings. Y'all might do something to the other teams, but not against the Vikings. Go Pack, go. We ain't worried about none of that. Honestly, Minnesota might come second in the division. Honestly, you might be right. And look, as long as we get to the playoffs, I don't even care where we're at in the division. As long as we get to the playoffs, bro. As long as we get to the playoffs, that's all I care about. But shout out to our newest linebacker, Kobe King. All right, now let's get to another pick. Last but not least, Gavin Bartholomew. And if I jacked his name up, tight end from Pittsburgh, he must like Pennsylvania players. I'm thinking. You know what I mean? But round 6, 202nd pick. Now let's talk about our dude, Gavin Bartholomew. First and foremost, we needed a tight end. So let me just get that right off. Let me just say that right off the bat. We needed a tight end. We got a tight end, and he could do a little bit of everything, right? But let's talk about our guy. Let's talk about our guy, Gavin Bartholomew. Where's he at? Where's the information on my guy? Where's the information on my guy? That's not the right. Hold on, y'all. All right, so let's just talk. It's kind of small, but big productive inside. Oh, why is they talking about? This is Kane. Why are they not talking about Gavin? Hold on, y'all. All right, so they made a mistake on Vikings.com with this, and they got this mixed up. But I'm going to find some more information on Gavin. Hold on, y'all. Give me like a second. I'm trying to find. All right, so Gavin. And I like him. I know he can do a little bit of everything. Gavin Bartholomew. What is his write-up? What is his stats? All right, so he's 21, 6'5", 250 pounds out of Pittsburgh. Last year, he caught 38 passes for 322 yards, 8.5 per average, 4 touchdowns. Longest catch was 21 yards. But I want to get more detail on my guy because I have a lot of respect for every draft pick in this. Leave in the comments below. What do you think about Gavin Bartholomew? What do you think about him? Talk to me in the comments. Talk to me in the comments, y'all. I'm trying to look on some more information on him, and I'm trying to find where all right, so let's see what they're writing about him. Because I want to make sure before I get off this live, I'm talking about every draft pick because it's well deserved. I think that what's up with the bios? That's bio rookie overview. Why aren't they giving me any more information on this man? That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair. Let me read the comments right now. How y'all feel about him? How do you feel about Gavin Bartholomew? He could prove me wrong, but all right, so the Packers definitely got a golden pick. Yeah, Golden is I think he's a good wide receiver. All right, so let me see. I'm going to find out some more information on this guy. My bad, y'all. I thought I had it right there, but obviously, I don't. And I apologize for that. PM. But all jokes aside, I like this draft, to be honest with you. And All right, so let me read up on him right here. So, all right, so with the 202nd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, we select our tight end Gavin Bartholomew from University of Pittsburgh. Bartholomew was viewed by many as a potential left tackle during his recruit process. Wow. But he, excuse me, wound up sticking to the tight end position. He initially committed to Buffalo, but Pitt officially offered him a scholarship, and he decided to go to the Panthers. And in his career, Pitt, he caught 105 passes for 1,257 yards, which I like. He got hands, 11 touchdowns. All right, what else? What else about my guy? All right, so a 4-year starter for Pittsburgh, Bartholomew was a wing/slot tight end in offensive coordinator Cade Bell's scheme with Kenny Pickett as his quarterback in 2021. Oh, wow. He put himself on NFL radar as a freshman, although he struggled to build that early success over the past 3 years, never reached 350 receiving yards in a season. But we're going to see about that. I think he's going to be good with us. Bartholomew plays with promising speed and toughness over the middle and can chew up yards versus zone, but he lacks the explosive traits to effortlessly separate from man coverage. His blocking improved each season, turning from a glaring weakness to a serviceable piece in his game, a reflection of his hard work and tenacious attitude. Overall, Bartholomew needs to continue getting stronger and sharpening his route to find a permanent home in the NFL, which his home is the Minnesota Vikings, but he has better pass catching traits than his stat line would suggest. Yes, his intangibles will make it tough for a coaching staff to cut him. Shout out to my guy. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Shout out to, even if you're not a Viking fan, shout out to all y'all support. We're just going to keep on going with the news. And I am reading the comments. I'm a little slow because I'm trying to multitask. But shout out to y'all. We're going to the next segment right now. Let's go to the next segment. Now, we have to go to this, y'all. We have to go to this. Let me stop screening this. Let's talk about Sam Howell. So the Minnesota Vikings got a quarterback. Not starting quarterback. We already got a starting quarterback. His name is J.J. McCarthy. But now we got our backup quarterback. And his name is Sam Howell. We're going to call him Sammy Howell right now. So the Seattle Seahawks have traded quarterback Sam Howell to the Vikings. Minnesota Vikings announced. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We will be going live for absolutely every single Minnesota Viking game this season. So even if you're not a Minnesota Viking fan, you know what I mean, consider subscribing. And because if we play your team, you can talk trash in the comments, and we're going to have fun with it. I'm going to have fun with it. I don't know about y'all. I'm going to have fun talking trash to you Packer fans, you Bears fans, and you Lion fans. I cannot wait to talk trash to y'all. Specifically, y'all. Any team in the NFC North Division, I can't wait to talk trash to y'all. I'm looking forward to it. I honestly cannot wait. To talk trash to y'all. Specifically, y'all. Play the Vikings, got a quarter. Yeah, don't hate on my quarterback. All right, get back to what I was saying. The Vikings traded the number 142 in the 5th round to the Seahawks in exchange for Howell and pick 172. So we just traded. We literally we kept their 5th round pick. You know what I mean? We kept their 5th round pick, even though we traded it to get 2 6th round picks. But that's another story for another day. But Howell now becomes likely the backup quarterback for J.J. McCarthy. The Vikings also have quarterback Brett Rypien. And this article is written by Brady Henderson. So shout out to you, my guy. All right, so general manager Kwesi did not rule out the Vikings acquiring another quarterback, but said if the season started today, we'd be fired up about the guys in that room. And I am too. Added that the team heavily researched Howell before the get this, y'all. The Vikings researched Howell before the 2022 draft. So he got drafted in 2022. I believe it was a 5th round by the Commanders, if I'm not mistaken. 3 months after he and Coach Kevin O'Connell had been hired, ultimately, Hal was selected in the 5th round by the Washington Commanders. Right. He didn't think in that first year together when Kevin and I got together that it was the right time journey to make such an investment. All right, so they're pretty much saying we wasn't ready to draft the quarterback right there. All right. But anyway, I like the confidence that Kwesi and the realness that Kwesi has. He's being real. He's like, yo, I was looking at Bull in the 2022 draft, bro. By the way, I'm confident in what we got right now. We might get another quarterback, but to be honest with you, I'm happy about our quarterback room right now. Meaning, we're happy with J.J. McCarthy being the starting quarterback. Meaning, our backup quarterback, Sam Howell, we're happy with. Meaning, our third-string quarterback, Brett Rippon, we're happy with. So, shout out to Kwesi for talking that talk and keeping it real. You know what I mean? Not many GMs keep it real like that. You feel me? Shout out to my guy, Mo Mitch. What up, my guy? What's going on? Lions rule, Bears drool, Vikings still wear purple. just go ahead and trade my. No. First and foremost, I'm going to say this right now. The color purple. Look up the meaning of the color purple. The color purple, if y'all don't know, is a sign of royalty. So the Vikings have royalty. Royalty, bro. Oh, so JJ Davis knows. JJ Davis knows that purple is a color of royalty. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know anybody knew that. But I looked it up myself. And I say, I ain't know that. You feel me? But shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate y'all. Let's go. Shout out to Scolding in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building. But we on to the next segment, y'all. We off to the next segment. We about to talk about it. Everybody in the building, make sure I hit that like button. Consider subscribing. We're going to talk about it. And I'm going to keep it real. Kwesi has been cooking, y'all. And it's so crazy, right? Because after the draft, the Minnesota Vikings signed 19, I'm not over-exaggerating this, y'all, 19 undrafted free agents. Let me put it in the search bar right now. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know too much about these undrafted free agents. So y'all might have to give me some, y'all might have to honestly give me the game because I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. One thing about me is I'm not going to pretend I know something when I really don't. But I know that they came to agreements with 19 undrafted free agents. So right after the draft, it was like, oh, Vikings signed 19 undrafted free agents. And my homie in the comments said, am I reading this right? Did they just sign 19 undrafted free agents? I'm like, yo, I didn't even know. I had to look it up. And I hit him back up and I said, yo, that's true. So I'm loving it. So let's get to it. While we were busy tracking the Minnesota Vikings, right? And this article is written by, let me just make sure I give my guy credit before I go on. Chris has been the reader. So Christopher Gates wrote this article. And by the way, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We covered the Minnesota Vikings, but we will be going live for absolutely every game. And we will be doing what else? Card reveals, meaning I will buy packs of cards and I will reveal what we get. I'm talking about football cards. I ain't talking about Pokemon cards, even though I was a big Pokemon card guy. I might honestly go live and show you the Pokemon cards I have, y'all. I got cards that are 20 years old. I used to have a Charizard first edition. I traded it like, I don't know why I traded them. I didn't like Charizard. I was the eyeball. I liked the Venusaur and Blastoise and all them, bro. I liked it the opposite of what everybody else liked. I always do that. I don't know why. I do that. But anyway, getting back to this, right? So while the Minnesota Vikings reported undrafted free agent, all right, so the team has announced that they have agreed to terms with a whopping 19 undrafted free agents in the wake of the 2025 NFL Draft. The big one for most local folks is quarterback Max Brosmore or Brosmore. If I jacked his name up, my bad. I'm going to say Brosmore, who transferred in to Minnesota before this past season and had a pretty solid year for PJ Flex squad. He could potentially compete for the third spot on the depth chart in the for the purple. Here is the full list of undrafted free agent signings for our favorite quarterback, for our favorite squad, I mean. Now, I want to say this to everybody. First and foremost, we got Go Pack Go, Go Pack Go. Listen, make sure y'all subscribe. Don't be hating. Be a subscriber. Hit the like button. And when we go live when we go against the Packers twice this season, don't be scared in the comments. Don't be scared when we beat the brakes off of y'all twice this season. I'm just going to say that right now. I ain't scared of the smoke. That's one thing about your boy, Mike Sports Vibes, MSV, Mike Sports Vibes. Listen, I ain't scared of the smoke. Aaron, I ain't scared of the smoke. Yo, I'm not a Vikings fan, but their uniforms are 100. Skull to the bowl. We got the best uniforms, bro. Hands down. Hands down, bro. All right, so leave in the comments below. What free agents, undrafted free agents, do y'all like? What undrafted free? I'm gonna put it up on the dang screen. By the way, let me put it up on the screen. I'm put it up on the screen real quick, y'all, because I want y'all to see this on the screen. If you go on my other screen, y'all see it. All right, so Tyler Batty, offensive line, outside linebacker, BYU. We Silas Bowden, wide receiver, Texas. Max Brosmer, quarterback, Minnesota. Logan Brown, offensive lineman, Kansas. Chaz Chambliss, outside linebacker, Georgia. Oscar Chapman, punter from Auburn. Logan Brown. Shout out to everybody in the building. Logan Brown. You said Logan Brown? Oh, so you like Logan Brown? Well, let's take a look then. Yeah, Logan Brown. All right, so we got, what Oscar, Zeke Curl, offensive lineman, North Carolina State. Wow, we got a lot of offensive linemen. Dante Fleming, wide receiver from Tulane. Another wide receiver. There's two undrafted free agent wide receivers. I wonder why we're getting so many wide receivers. Are the Vikings telling us something we don't? Listen, are the Vikings telling us that Jordan Addison is definitely going to be suspended for a couple of games, and they need to make sure they have a lot of wide receivers in the room just to make sure we good? They can be telling us indirectly by signing all these wide receivers. Quarterback Keenan Garber from Kansas State. Joe Huber, offensive lineman from Wisconsin. Austin Keys, linebacker from Auburn. Robert Lewis, wide receiver from Auburn. Dorian Mossey, linebacker, Auburn. A lot of Auburn. What's going on here? Bryson Nesbitt, tight end, North Carolina. You said Robert Lewis? Robert Lewis, wide receiver. You like Robert Lewis? Wait, why would Addison be? Because last season, I'm not gonna get into much detail, but Jordan Addison might get suspended because of last offseason he got into a little situation with I don't want to get into it, but he got into a little bit of a situation. If you look it up, you will find it last season. I don't want to really put it out there like again. I want to try to put positivity in this world for him because I don't want him to get suspended, but he might get suspended. So, yeah. So we got some people that like the Robert Lewis, Logan Brown. All right, so let's keep going. All right, then Michelle Powell. Is it Michelle Powell, safety from Miami. Trey Stewart, running back from Jacksonville State. I gotta do my research on Trey Stewart. I'm a big running back type guy. As y'all can see, this right here is a signed autograph jersey from Adrian Peterson. I worked my behind off to get this. I was working at Kmart when Kmart was very, very popular in the United States of America. I used to work at Kmart making $7.25 an hour. And I saved up all my money when I was in high school. I had to get the little card when I was like young. I was like 16 years old or whatever. And like, and I saved up all my pennies. Now I mean, I can only work a certain amount of hours or whatever. Saved up all my pennies. And I got this autographed jersey, got it framed, Adrian Peterson. And it's all official, got the paperwork and everything. And I'm proud. I'm a big running back type guy. And I feel like the running backs are back in the NFL. And I'm going to keep it real with you. I remember when people were like, oh, you can get running backs in the 5th, 6th, 7th. Yeah, that is true. But you could get great running backs in the early rounds. And 2 running backs in this draft got drafted in the 1st round. And Ashton Jeanty from Boise State and Amarion Hampton from Tar Heels, North Carolina Tar Heels. So, and every team that's got far in the playoffs this previous season had a dominant running back. Most of the teams, you probably can't name many teams that don't got a good running back getting far in the playoffs lately. So running backs are back, and I'm happy that the running back position is not slept on like they used to be slept on, because I don't understand it, to be honest with you. What people was trying to say that the running back position is not where it used to be. No, the running backs do everything. They catch out of the backfield. They could be a wide receiver. They could be a blocker. They could be, and of course, they run. So they do all these different things. Shout out to my guy, Eric. Salute to you. Yo, what do you think about Caleb Johnson? I love Caleb Johnson. Did he get drafted? I don't know if Caleb Johnson got drafted, bro. I like Caleb Johnson. He was like my 4th favorite running back, probably. He might have been my 3rd favorite running back after Ashton and Marion Hampton. But running backs are so important in today's NFL. And if you go through the history in the NFL, running backs been running the NFL. Yes, the quarterback is the most important position, but the best friend besides the offensive line for a quarterback is a running back. Imagine you having a beast running back that can get you a 4th and 1. Imagine you having a beast running back that can block for you. Imagine you having a beast running back that can go out for a pass and catch a pass for a 1st down. I remember when we had Adrian Peterson, all they did was hand the ball off, and this man's breaking tackle running for a dang on touchdown. I remember when we had Chester Taylor, my guy Chester Taylor, doing his thing. Also, I remember when we had Dalvin Cook lately. Man, that man was a monster. That man was a monster, bro. For real. But yeah, Skull family. Let's go. Skull to the bowl. New Mexico is in the building. I can't believe Pittsburgh passed on Hampton, but then they came back and got Johnson. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So I'm not really disappointed, but man, I would have loved Hampton. Oh my gosh. In my honest opinion, I'm going to keep it real with you, Derek. My honest opinion, I think, listen, Ashton Jeanty's that dude. But I'm going to be honest with you. My favorite running back, I'm going to whisper, is Amarion Hampton. He's my favorite running back in the draft. It's a close second for Ashton Jeanty. And I understand Ashton Jeanty went before him, but just because people go before other players doesn't mean they're going to be the better player. You get what I'm saying? It depends on the system, depends on the team that they go to and develop it. I like Amarion Hampton. That's my guy, bro. I've been talking about that for a minute. But also, undrafted free agent, Jeremiah Vaughn, if I jack this last name up, my bad, quarterback out of Utah. Alex Williams, defensive lineman, middle Tennessee State. And Ben Rorosek, man, these guys, I'm sorry. If I'm jacking up these names, my bad. Tight end out of Georgia. So it's worth noting that Chapman is joining the team through the International Player Pathway Program. Okay. So we got Chapman joining the team. By my count, this puts the Vikings at 88 players on their 90-man roster. They could be reserving a couple of spots for veteran free agents or potential signees from upcoming rookie tryouts. They could be holding There's still a little bit of space on the roster for Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell to do some things, though. Wow, we did a lot of Kwesi and KOC, and I love I love the fact that Kwesi and KOC have a very, very good relationship. I honestly feel like even if you're not a Viking fan, you might grow to like the Vikings. I'm not saying to hop on the Viking bandwagon, but the Vikings have a lot of good things going with them, man. Like, it's not a lot of drama. It's great leadership. And the Vikings have a chance to do something great. We won 14 games with Sam Darnold. Like, he was considered a bust. He was literally considered a bust before he came to the Vikings. That means we're doing something good, bro. And we just got a lot better. Yes, there's a big question mark with JJ McCarthy, but I think all these signings and our team's developing system is amazing. Is amazing. So shout out to the Vikings. Shout out to all the Viking fans. Shout out to each and every one of y'all that's on this live stream. I truly appreciate y'all. If y'all know anybody that's interested in Viking content or just good vibes, share. Tell them to subscribe to Mike Sports Vibes. The best way to build on YouTube is word of mouth, to be honest with you. Kind of like a movie. You know how like when you go to the movie theater, oh, that movie was good. Like, that's the best advertisement is when people spread the word about content creators, or they share it and they subscribe. But shout out to each and every one of y'all. Like I said, I talk a lot of trash, but I keep it respectful. And like I said, sports are designed to bring us all together. Even if you're not a Viking fan or even whatever fan base you are, it's all fun at the end of the day. And I truly appreciate everybody that has subscribed to this channel that isn't a Viking fan. Appreciate y'all. And I appreciate all y'all vibing with me on this wonderful Sunday night. Not Sunday night. Oh my God. I said, let me laugh at myself for that. Sunday afternoon. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Truly appreciate y'all, man. It's been a blast, man. I'm about to get off. I will be live, and I do a lot of live streams. Like, I randomly go live, and I'm not always in the office. And if all the ones that's on my other stream, my vertical stream, if you go on my horizontal stream, you'll hear my soundboard and everything like that. You can do whatever you want. It's all good. But if you want to get the full effects of what's going on and see in the screen, you got to go to my other stream. I also do I go live randomly, meaning like I will go like if I'm getting my steps in, when I go on the pathway or whatever, my walk path that I like to walk. I will go live and I will just talk about the Vikings, and we'll just talk about what's on your mind. And even if you have a question about your team, and then you have a question, what do you think about this player, or how you feel about this player? I'll give you my best. I'll try my best to give you the best, my opinion on it. I know a little bit about every team. I don't know everything about everybody's team, but I know a little bit, just the basics about everybody's team. But yeah, man, this was a fun live stream. The draft was absolutely amazing. The 2025 NFL draft live stream was absolutely amazing. I had a lot of fun, man. Like, I had absolutely a lot of fun. And I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. Like, that was probably the funnest live stream I had, like, all year. Even no. I think, honestly, let's keep it real. Let me keep it real, y'all. Everybody that's in the building, let's keep it real. I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000 with y'all. The playoff game against the Rams was fun, but it wasn't fun. If you're a Viking fan, you know why. Yeah, that Pittsburgh Steelers drafted him. That's why I'm asking the third round. Yeah. Caleb, I like Caleb. There is going to be a lot of competition to get on that Minnesota roster. Yes, there's going to be a lot of competition getting on the roster. That is 100% facts, y'all. 100% facts. But yeah, I truly appreciate all y'all that's in the building, man. I really do. And like I said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We will be going live for absolutely every single Minnesota Viking game, and we will be going live throughout this off season. And if there's any breaking news, you can leave it in my chat. If there's a breaking news about your team, when I go live, we can talk about it. I don't have any problems with talking about anybody's team. Even the Packers. I can't stand the Packers. It is what it is. I can't stand the Packers. I can't stand the Eagles. I can't stand the Packers. Those are the two teams I can't stand the most. And it's nothing personal. It's all love. You know what I mean? It's all love at the end of the day. But I can't stand them. You know what I mean? It ain't really a rivalry, but it's a rivalry. Because I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to go on this big rant. But shout out to everybody that's in the building. Truly appreciate each and every one of y'all. But yeah, the Minnesota Vikings, this team is loaded. And I absolutely love this team, what we got going on, what we built on this team. And I'm excited for the future. Dylan, what's going on, Dylan? I'm really not sure about why in a running back class like this year, we couldn't find a way to grab a running back in this draft. I am so with you. And I understand your frustration. I really do. But I challenge you to try to think of it like this. We did a lot of other good things throughout this draft. And I think that, in my honest opinion, I'm not saying that what's the one undrafted? Running back Trey Stewart. We signed him from Jacksonville State. I don't know if he's going to make the team. I don't know. But we do got a running back. He's just an undrafted free agent. Yes, I would have loved to get a couple of running backs. I would have loved to get Caleb. I would have loved to get what's his name? What's the guy from SMU, I think? What was his name? I can't think of his name, bro. What is his name? What is his name, right? I'm Viking. What was the dude from SMU, I think? What is his name, y'all? Can y'all help me out in the comments? All right, so Jordan. All right, so we did sign Jordan Mason. Aaron Jones as likely starter and Jordan Mason from the 49ers. But I understand what you're saying. I think we should have a three running back by committee. You know what I mean? I truly believe that. You know what I mean? I feel like we should have drafted another running back. I don't know why I keep thinking that. I don't know why I keep thinking Jordan Mason is a wide receiver. Is there a Jordan Mason that's a wide receiver, y'all? I don't know why I'm thinking Jordan Mason is a wide receiver. But Jordan Mason's running back from the 49ers. He ran hard, man. He's still young. Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason, and we'll see what happens, man. We'll see if we make another move. There could be another move that we're not thinking about. There could be another running back that we're not thinking that might be available in a trade. I don't know, but I do understand what you're saying, bro. We did a lot of good things, though, man. I think my biggest thing, let me keep it real with you, is I love our offensive guard, right? I love our offensive guard. That's number one, right? That's a big deal, right? But you know what an underrated pickup is, and I think Ty Felton. We're being so proactive when it comes to the wide receiver room because we don't know if Jordan Addison is going to be suspended. We don't know. And if Ty Felton is as good as I think this man can be, being drafted in the third round, that's a steal in the third round. He could literally be our second best wide receiver on this team. Maybe. That's how talented he is. For sure. I'm okay with the rest of the draft, but come on, we are stretching out idea prime Aaron Jones. Yes, that's true. I saw late season decline. Yes, he got tired, he got hurt. I am so 100% agreeing on everything you were saying, bro. But hopefully with a better offensive line, he won't have so much wear and tear on him. And hopefully I'm going to look up the running back we just got in Trey Stewart. I'm gonna look him up, see if he's worthy of being part of that running back room. We'll see. But also there might be a running back that might be available that we don't expect. There could be a trade that we don't expect. We shall see what happens, and I'm 100% behind you with that, bro. Like there are some running backs in this draft that I'm just like, oh my gosh, bro. Why did Brashard Smith or something? Rashard Jackson. What the heck is his name, bro? I'm so salty that I don't remember the guy's name. Skull, offensive line dominates the NFL. Facts, bro. There's going to be a lot of that's a fact, bro. But I understand. I understand where you're coming from. But just think about what we did when it comes to signing Aaron Jones, which he's a good receiver running back. He's a good blocking running back. And since we do have Jordan Mason, maybe he won't have to take the load so much. And then on top of that, we addressed the running back position. If you really think about it, we re-signed Aaron and we got our guy Jordan Mason. But I understand. I feel like we need a third running back. But you know what my biggest thing is right now is safety and cornerback. I love Mekhi Blackman. I think he's going to be solid. I think he's going to be good. We'll see if Keenan Garber, cornerback from Kansas State, he's an undrafted free agent that we just signed. We'll see what he got. We'll see what safety Michelle Powell from Miami. I think that's another position of need, but it's not like a glaring need. You feel me? And then running back, yes, I think that's a need, but it's not like a glaring need. I feel like this all season, they kind of like, Brashard Smith. Yes, I wanted him, bro. I wanted Brashard Smith, bro. I really did. Everybody in the building, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you are a Minnesota Viking fan or if you just rocking with your boy. We're going live for absolutely every single Minnesota Viking game. So even if you're not a Minnesota Viking fan, if we go against your team, consider subscribing because we're going to talk trash in the comments. And best believe I'm going to talk trash. It is what it is. It is what it is. And I hope to see you in the comments. But shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Like, I'm about to get off this live in a few minutes. What's going on? Play by play with JJ. Salute to my guy, JJ, man. Salute to you, my guy. Appreciate you vibing with me, man. Appreciate you vibing with me. Talk that talk. You know the vibes, man.
That talk.
Hey, listen, man. It's going to be a beautiful and I know you're an Eagles fan. I know your Eagles got some good players, man. Makuba was a steal. From Texas. The safety y'all just picked up. I'm not going to sit here and lie, bro. I ain't going to sit here and lie. I want to look. I told my homie, I said, yo, I want Makuba, bro. If he would have dropped in the third round, I wanted him so bad in the purple and gold, bro. But I'm happy. Look, I actually am grateful and happy what the Vikings did in the draft. I'm actually happy. You know what I mean? I'm actually happy. I'm thankful how we got some sleepers. Yeah, y'all got some good players, man. I think every team, you know what I mean, definitely improved. I really feel like that. I'm not hating on no specific team. But I think that the Vikings draft was simply underrated. I think some of the players we sleeping on, we addressed all our needs in free agency. And I think the Vikings definitely, yes, we have some questions when it comes to, Aaron Jones, he gets roughed up a little bit. He gets hurt. But we got our guy, we got another running back, you know what I mean? A two-headed monster. So it's not like we don't have a Jordan Mason. You know what I mean? We do got Aaron Jones, we got Jordan Mason. That's a two-headed monster in the running back room. The only thing, my biggest concern, and this is not really a concern, it's just like, all right, we got to really keep an eye on it, and that's just the cornerback room. But then again, I think Isaiah Rodgers was a good pickup, and a lot of Eagle fans like Isaiah Rodgers. So I'm just saying, like, we might not be as in bad shape when it comes to the secondary as we probably think. And I'm just speaking on, like, I just want the best for the team. Whatever can make this team go and win a Super Bowl, I'm all for it, man. But I am thankful and glad about this offseason and in the draft. This was actually a very good draft, and everyone got what they needed. Yes, this draft was a very fun draft. Skull. Barber, what's up, bro? Skull, baby. Yes, we like Rodgers. Yeah, Isaiah Rodgers was a good pickup, bro. Outside corner. That was a good pickup. Like, the Vikings got some dogs, bro. And we know Brian Flores is going to go bananas with the defense. He's going to go bananas. We know he's going to go bananas. We know that our defense is elite. We know that the better players that Brian Flores gets, the better our defense is going to be. And we know as Viking fans, the better our defense is, the better our offense is. Because we already know our offense is going to be explosive. Then the better our offense is, the better our defense is. As long as we do not turn the ball over, we're in a good spot. Shout out to Rise Opinion Domain. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. We're in a very good spot. And there's no, look, a lot of people is going to say, oh, J.J. McCarthy's not experienced. J.J. McCarthy this, J.J. McCarthy that. We shall see. To be continued. And for all the people that don't think he don't got that it factor, watch. And y'all going to find out. What's the old saying? You're going to mess around and find out when it's too late. When it's too late. Yes, we like Rogers. Aaron, you ain't wrong about that. Yeah. Please hit that. Yeah, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Sorry, autocorrect. Oh, you're all good. We got some. Yes. And I literally just was talking about it, bro. I don't listen, Barbara. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know too much about all of them. I had to do more detailed research on them, but I named them all. And we a lot of people are talking about Minnesota quarterback Max Brosmer could challenge what's his name, Terrian, for the third quarterback position. A lot of other people are talking about there's a couple of wide receivers that I heard that people that are talking about. They're talking about cornerback from Kansas State, Keenan Garber. Excuse me. Who else? Robert Lewis, wide receiver from Auburn. They're talking about him as well. So we got some talented undrafted free agents. We have a talented team all in general. And I feel like the Minnesota Vikings are in a very good place right now. I really do. And it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better. So let's just keep it going. But I'm getting off, y'all. Shout out to each and every one of y'all. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Consider subscribing. We will be going live for absolutely every single Minnesota Viking game. We will be going live for card reveals. I will be opening up packs of cards and football cards, and we're going to see what we get live. And even if you're not a Viking fan, consider subscribing because we will be going live. And if we play your team, we can talk trash in the comments. What else? I think that's it. And you said Samuel Jr. news will drop soon. Okay, yeah, Samuel. Yeah, I think so too. But shout out to everybody that is in the building. I truly appreciate each and every one of y'all. Have a wonderful day. And if you know anybody that is a Viking fan, or if you know anybody that is a football fan that likes good vibes, share. Tell them that Bull Mike Sports Vibes is talking that talk on his YouTube channel. Check him out. But shout out to you. Salute to y'all. And as always, God bless to everybody. Be safe. God bless. Have a wonderful day. And I will be live on my other YouTube channel very soon because I think I'm covering the playoffs. I think I'm gonna cover the playoffs. I got to figure out what game I'm gonna do, but I will be covering the playoffs. I know the Detroit and Knicks are about to play. On my other YouTube channel, it's called Mike Sports Vibes Ballin'. Check that channel out. I cover the Phillies and the Sixers and NBA playoffs on that channel and MLB playoffs on that channel. Shout out to each and every one of y'all. Trying to get to my first 400 subscribers on that channel. But shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all. And I'm out. Peace out, y'all. Have a wonderful day.
Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. Yeah. Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go. I really do this. I'm a hybrid fan. I'm a stand-up man. Yeah. They be hating on the squads, but they really a fan. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go.